Hey guys, this is Frozen Things Stews here, and welcome to part 16 and 17 of the Frozen Awards 2024 Best Sound and Best Film Editing. Now, these two are once again paired, just like with my best production design and makeup and hairstyling. Last time I talked about the awards for the production and all that stuff, but now we're looking into the technical part of production. I mean, I'm gonna say last time was the on-set kind of production, but yeah, this is technical because both of these are technically edited films. So one of them is the editing of the sound and how they put the sound into the film, while the other one is like the arrangements of the scenes and how they are structured. First, let's start off with best sound. So best sound, the best sound category goes to the movie with the best sound editing, like the best use of the sound, and also not to mention the loudest one as well. Like loud sounds in movies are one thing, but the best sound is the one that makes get the best experience out of it, and one that perfectly translates so well into the story it's trying to tell. So without further ado, here are the nominees for Best Sound: The Creator, Gran Turismo, Godzilla Minus One, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer. And the award for Best Sound goes to Oppenheimer. Yeah, I know. It took me this long for me to give Oppenheimer an award. Well, yeah, I know it sucks. Well, I will say this though. Upon on reflection, in my best cinematography award, I only awarded it to Poor Things because of just how much I love the film and how much I just love the way it was painted. But on reflection, I would personally award best cinematography to Oppenheimer. Yeah, looking back at it, but thank God at least now I get to talk about Oppenheimer. And one of the best aspects of Oppenheimer has to be its sound. As much as Oppenheimer swept the Oscars all the way through, it sucks that it didn't win best sound. Yeah, I think this should have won instead of the zone of interest. Now, don't get me wrong. I love how they used the sound in his own interest. It kind of did come close to getting a nomination for this, and yeah, I really admire the way that sound was used. But let's be real here, you can't compare it to Oppenheimer. I mean, the sound is the main selling point of Oppenheimer to me. Yeah, you got the cast, the plot, the pacing, the direction, you got the cinematography especially, but the sound is really what makes Oppenheimer. This is the story about a bomb, about the development of an atomic bomb. So you can't really so yeah. How do I say this? Wait. So you can't really have Oppenheimer without the sound, and Christopher Nolan is the king of sounds. I mean, with Christopher Nolan never disappoints with the sound. Even Tenet, I know Tenet is criticized for making the sound the sound editing way too loud, but I thought that the sound was just right, and I was able to hear majority of the dialogue. But I mean Oppenheimer, yes, I mean they technically did take the fans' criticisms of Oppenheimer, and they were able to actually make the sound more less loud in order for audiences to get to hear what the dialogue saying. But yeah, the sound design of the bomb could be perfect. It sounded so real and sounded like there was really a bomb going on. And but not only that, but what makes this one stand out with the sound as well is that the sounds were done on set, like while filming. Like I watched a video about the sound editors explaining how they did, and yeah, they said it was on set. Like there were like those background people, like those extras that they got They made they were the ones that making the sound, like especially in that auditorium scene. Like remember that scene when Oppenheimer saw a bunch of horror vision and all that stuff. Yeah, and then there's like this ton 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 sound. Yeah, like yeah, yeah. You see what I'm doing? You hear them hearing to the floor. You hear them doing to the floor. That is how they did it. These extras were literally stomping their feet. That is a pure genius. That is a genius move right there. And yeah, so that's why Oppenheimer deserves the award for best sound. So now let's get into part 17, best film editing. So this award category goes to the movie with pretty much the best pacing or decisions. The best film editing requires decisions are made. The decisions that determines the fate of the movie and determines the audience's reaction. You gotta have the audiences hooked with its pacing and editing, all that stuff. So yeah, without further ado, here are the nominees for best film editing: The Iron Claw, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick Chapter 4, Oppenheimer, Scream 6. And the award for best film editing goes to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yeah, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is another film that I have yet to award for something. And I think this movie certainly deserves an award for something. And the best film editing is the award for it. Because damn, this movie has one of the most flawless pacing of the year. Not one, well, scratch one off. It has the most flawless pacing movie of the year. Yeah, and thanks to the film editing, this is certainly one of the most entertaining movies I've seen this year. Yeah, maybe not quite high in my top 10 favorite movies of 2023. This because there are better films. This is like a number 7, I think, based on like my updated top 10 favorite movies of 2023. But still, this film editing it's so quirky and fast paced, and there's a lot of action. Probably almost as much, if not maybe even more than yes, there are than Fallout. Yeah, there are the other movies I prefer over this one are just movies that I probably go back to and rewatch more. One that really impacted me the most, but Dead Reckoning Part 1 really had so much particular set of skills that made this editing just worth it. And almost every scene, with action or without action, really leads to the edge of your seat, and there's always something thanks to the editing, whether it's the airport scene, a scene with just characters, the heroes and villains trying to avoid each other, which sounds boring on paper, but thanks to the film's pacing and editing, it really leaves you on the edge of your seat, really rooting for your heroes to get away, and you really feel a sense of suspense, figuring out, is this gonna happen? Are the villains gonna find out that the heroes are like where the heroes exactly are, and then of course and then you had some great timing as well. This movie has humor, surprisingly. And this movie also, and thanks to this movie's editing, it knows when to use the humor, when it's a perfect time. And that car chase scene in Rome was perfect for it. And man, the audiences were laughing their asses out. Yeah, and by the way, this was actually the most packed theater of the year. Out of all the movies I saw in 2023, this movie was the most packed. It had the most packed theater. Shame it bombed at the box office. Hong Kong is not the US, I guess, but I guess maybe Asian audiences are better than US audiences, because you know it's something when my theater was packed. And even the final battle, like, yeah, it's just the way it was edited, especially with the train crash scene. Oh, but man, yeah, it's just so, yeah, it does feel smooth. It is very smoothly edited, but it's just so fast paced. The pacing is what really drives this movie forward. For me to give this movie the award for best film editing. So that's part 16 and 17 of the Frozen Awards. Stay tuned for part 18. Most underrated. Oh boy, this is one I'm very excited to do. So yeah, bye guys.